Hello again. Now, Thubelihle High School pupils in White City, Jabavu in Soweto once again have no place to learn. They were not able to return to class due to poor conditions. The Gauteng Department of Education promised mobile classrooms months ago, but these are yet to arrive. A local church at some point provided a venue, but now it's reportedly refusing to allow any more teaching to take place on its premises. eNCA reporter Hiedi Giokos following that story for us. She's back from Soweto, joining us now live here in the studio. Hiedi, good afternoon. Welcome to today. You were at Thubelihle last year. I remember those visuals that you brought in talking to people, and the promise of mobile classroom was made when you were there, I recall. Has anything changed?
Yes, I think it is important to highlight that the Department of Infrastructure and Development in the province, they have provided mobile classrooms, but not enough. And this is where the challenge comes in with the church. There is a church on the property that the school, together with the church, had an agreement to say, we'll use your church, allow us to use your church during the week. It's on the same property, and we won't disturb you on weekends, but just allow, especially for matrics, to have a space for teaching and learning. And up until about 2-3 days ago, we understand that the church refused to allow learners inside. They were starting to lock the church from the inside, where the school was unable to gain access. And yesterday it was reported that the church had thrown the furniture, newly bought furniture, out of the church, and literally just outside of the church. It's on the same property. There's no fence separating them. It's literally on the same property. And this is where the SGB is saying we're in desperate need of 5 more mobile classrooms. In fact, they are calling for the Department of Infrastructure to just build them a new school. We do know that the previous contractor was fired because the contractor did not perform. We actually don't know the full details around that. But there is actually no proper school infrastructure. There's no buildings, so they're just being taught in these mobile classrooms, some very old, some have been brought from other schools, and they are in need of 5 extra mobile classrooms. But let's listen to what the SGB said about the difficulties that they face every day.
We have a lot of challenges here. We don't have space. We're trying by all means to refurbish the classrooms, but currently the learners must be inside the mobile classroom for safety reasons. So we don't have enough space, but we tried by all means to ensure that we provide mobile classrooms so that we can refurbish. Unfortunately, there was a contractor that was here, but due to performance was terminated. So we're in a process now of appointing a new contractor to do the refurbishments. We are at an advanced stage now. We should be advertising the tender for bidders to bid and appoint a finishing contractor for the project.
Okay, it's not whom you said it was. The person who was speaking now is from the Department of Infrastructure.
Yes, it's the gentleman from the Department of Infrastructure that's basically just explaining that they will most likely take legal action against the church because the property essentially belongs to the local government. It belongs to government. It does not belong to the church. And the church is claiming when the Department of Infrastructure intervenes and says, but why are you doing this? What is going on? I thought there was some kind of agreement. The church claims that it is their property. The actual property that the church and the school is built on belongs to the church, but the department's saying they have the title deeds and they are the ones that are in possession and own that land. So they are now probably going to take legal action. They of course can't get into the finer details of this, but if legal action is taken, that means that those in the church will probably be asked to leave because they are disrupting schooling, and at the end of the day, teaching and learning cannot be disrupted.
Yeah, hopefully they find some amicable solution there. But you were saying, Ella, you spoke to the SGB as well. I'm sure they really want this to be resolved ASAP.
Yes, definitely. And they are saying, we are okay to work with the church. We don't mind for them to be here on weekends, but when we need the church during the school, during schooling hours and during the week, we need to be able to have some kind of amicable relationship. Before we listen to what the SGB said, I just want to highlight that we also got a chance to speak to some of the learners. And what's worrying and alarming is that Thubelihle High School had a 97% pass rate, matric pass rate, in 2021. And last year, the matric pass rate dropped to 87%. That's almost a 10% drop. And the learners are saying it's definitely got to do with the environment that they are being subjected to, because they feel as though they cannot be taught in that environment. The classrooms are leaking. They're not safe. They don't have proper infrastructure. So this is a huge challenge for them.
And I mean, the building, the original Thubelihle building, is dilapidated till today.
There's nothing there. It's literally just a shell. There's just walls. There's no roof. There's no windows. It's literally just walls that are still standing. But let's listen to what the SGB had to say about this.
It was because they were claiming that this is their land, until we proved, we gave them proof that this land actually belongs to the school. We even invited the DID, and the DID came, as well as I just indicated, that they did confirm that the land belongs to the school. But we had an agreement that, okay, let the school and the church work hand in hand. So when the school agreed with that, with the church, and everything was fine. And we don't, like I'm saying, we don't know what triggered them. The least they could have done was to call us and say, guys, the agreement is no longer on because of 1, 2, 3. At least then we know exactly what to do.
Well, Heidi, thank you very much. But did you get a sense very briefly that they're going to try and sort it out?
Yes.
All these various role players?
Yes, I think the Department of Infrastructure is definitely on board. They will provide possibly 5 mobile classrooms in the short term, and they're going to appoint a contractor very soon to actually start building the school from scratch.
Thank you.